Hey guys, Tyler here. Since using a chess analogy in a recent video, a lot of people wanted to potentially see some chess content from me, so I thought I'd give it a try. Now, I'm no chess master, but a lot of people would consider me a puzzle game grandmaster, so I thought it'd be fitting to do an episode or two of chess puzzles before getting into flat-out chess games, just to kind of warm myself and you guys, the audience, up. I thought we'd hop into this. Now, the purpose of chess puzzles is to either checkmate, win a piece, or come out with some significant advantage that you didn't have at the start of the puzzle. We'll be taking through each of these. It is a 3 strikes you're out policy, and the puzzles get harder as it goes on. So I would highly recommend that you guys learn the rules of chess if you don't know them already. It is a fantastic strategy game and a lot of fun, and I think I'd have a great time playing this. It looks like we just have checkmate in 1 with a rook up here. A nice little back rank mate. I'm trying to find checkmate because usually the early puzzles are checkmate. Like if I go here and he just moves the queen, then I get check. Like where's the win? He moves the king over. Hold on, let me draw this, right? I go here, he moves queen here. I go queen here, he goes king over here, and then, you know, here. Oh, well, I could do the queen first. It's just sack the queen and then fork. That's dumb. Why would I do that? Whatever. I'll do it. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's it? Clearly it must have been way more winning down the line than what I saw, so that's strange how that happened. It's an endgame puzzle, which means we push pawns. We gotta become a queen. It looks like it's a back rank mate, something simple. Looks like it's a king-queen fork right about here. Getting this type of brain muscle memory into chess is a very, very, very good thing. Recognizing patterns is the epitome of strategy. Righto, so we moved the rook over to protect this square for some reason. I have a check with the queen right here. And once he blocks with the rook, I have checkmate. White's king is in a terrible spot. He can't escape to here or here or here, which means that I could probably bring the rook over and have it be checkmate. I'm eyeing this back rank, but I don't see it yet. There's a rook protecting. See, I want this, but I don't think the game is going to be so kind. There's a queen here. Wait a second. Oh, I could win the queen like this. If I take the knight, I get the queen. There you go. I almost want to move the queen here, forking the king and the rook. So I'm going to do it. Mine. And also mine. Thank you very much. Next up. King's in the corner, and I got a hell of an attack going on here with 3 big pieces. Maybe bishop takes, because if the pawn takes, I got checkmate. And if not, then I just win a knight. And he's got no way to screw me over, so I'm going to do it. Yep, and then we eat the queen. Very nice. So like I said, these are easy enough puzzles that won't give us too much an issue, but they will ramp up, and I do struggle coming pretty soon. This is the equivalent chess rating of each puzzle. So my knight is pinned to the king, and I can't take the pawn because the bishop is pinning it. So what I want to do is take the bishop and then take the rook. So this knight here is double attacked. I guess if I go knight here, I'll have a discovered attack, and then I'll win the queen with my knight that I've moved here. So I'm going to do that. Block. The knight isn't doing anything annoying, so I'm just moving, taking the queen. Next up, I got a bit of a battery going. Check here. Then once the king moves to the corner, then I can mate on this square. Observe. All right. I'm in check. Why don't I just take with the rook? Is there really a downside? Because he just goes here, and then I could just move back, and I have the knight protecting that square anyways. If I wanted to, I could... No, I'm moving with the rook to it. How dare you? How dare you? Did they really... I guess they want me to do the knight because the knight was attacking. I guess that makes sense. So if I move my pawn forward, he's in check. I don't see how that accomplishes anything. But if he just moves his king here, then I'm not really doing anything. I really want to just push this pawn. Is he threatening anything? I'm going to put him in check. Didn't... Okay. Different spot for the king. That means I can advance the queen now. Can I be put in check? If he takes the knight, yeah. Can I put him in just straight up check? Well, yeah, I can, I guess. There's a pawn check. Wait. Yeah. Excellent. I think that was probably forced. If they didn't take it with the queen, danger would have ensued. All right, I got a couple queen checks. Here, 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 here. Probably want to use this pawn to my advantage somehow. If I go here, king's got to go here, and then I guess I have mate. Nice. All right, there we go. Getting back into it. Yeah, I just want to push this pawn, I think. I think it's a queen. Because what I can do is put him in check, and then, yeah, once the king moves, the pawn can mush, and if he takes the pawn, I take his rook. Well, he's got mate here if this knight falls, and the knight is also hanging, so I feel that the most important thing is to create some sort of counter threat. Part of me just wants to move the knight here, threatening the queen and threatening queen mate here, because he can't just immediately take. Again, my knight's guarding the square, so if he takes the knight, then I have this mate. Let's try it. Also hitting the rook. There's a queen check here, and then he can just move the queen up. Not really doing much, but then I win this bishop. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Nice. Sure, yeah, sometimes you're not always getting checkmate, but I think most of the time you're at least doing something powerful. All right, so if I take with check, he has to block with the queen, and then knight check, which definitely not this one. It's guarded by the bishop, so I think it's just gonna be a knight check coming back. Because the queen can't take. Because the king's got to move. Oh, well, I have checkmate here, right? Just double checking. No pun intended. Puzzle 20. I think you guys want to see at the beginning of the video, my personal best was like 36, but that was done with a friend. So this stuff's starting to get really challenging for me. Can I somehow use my bishop to annoy his king? Like, I have check here. Is that mate? I guess he's got to block with a knight. And then if I take, he takes, and then I take his rook. I'm going to do it. Nice. I'm always nervous when I plan out these things, lots of moves in, and I just run it. I have to just hope that it works and hope that I didn't miss anything. Anyways, I do see I have a fork, but I see my opponent also has a fork. Identical forks. Do I just take the bishop? Is that all there is to it? What am I missing if I just take the bishop? Because frankly, let's say I go here, right? Check. Okay, whatever. Block with the bishop, for example. I can't even take the rook because it's guarded by the queen. Like, that's just awful. I'm gonna take the bishop. I can't believe it. Oh, this is a puzzle going for a stalemate. I am black fighting for a stalemate. So I have to just get my king in front of the pawn, I think. Oh, how do I do this? So I go here, he goes here. I go here, then he goes here, then I go here. And I think that's fine. Yeah, so I just want to stay in front of the pawn. I never actually learned that part of the endgame. I always assumed a king and a pawn not on the edge would pretty much always win. But I think there is a way to force a stalemate. I guess what I could do is just trade queens, and then I'm under threat. Like, I could go here. Oh, this wins a bishop, doesn't it? Because there will be bishop, bishop, and I don't think he can guard them both. Interesting. I could rook attack to kind of distract them, but that seems useless. It's like he takes, and then I get a fork. I guess that's actually pretty good, huh? King, queen fork. Glad I followed that line. Next up, dude's doubling his rooks, threatening to take my bishop. Maybe I could just double up rooks, and if he just decides to take, then I got bam, bam, bam. And then when he moves his king, I cry probably. How many ways can I check his king? So I can put him in check here immediately, and then take. That's the only, I think, check I have. I feel like doubling the rooks is usually a decent threat, but I don't see how this really helps me in this situation because I think I still lose a bishop. And I don't think I get mate here. It's just, there's too much stuff. I got to win a piece somehow. Taking my time on this. Really taking my time. All right, I've thought about it for a while and I really couldn't find much. So if I miss it, I miss it. We'll see. Yeah, I had absolutely no idea for that one. Right, so I say I got a bishop check here. It's got to move the king then. And then I can win a rook, but then I get I can win a rook, then I get checkmated, which is obviously no good. Can I save myself from this checkmate at all? It seems that I've got to mate him before he mates me. Also, where's this king moving? If the king moves here, I got bishop maybe here or something, or bishop somewhere for discovered attack. And if king moves here, which is probably the safer bet, I could bait it out with the bishop. He'd have to take, and then I could advance with my queen. He'd have to go here. Then I can rook get him, and then he'd have to go here, and there's probably mate somewhere in here. I see this has to be the best move. Right, okay. So I do think I sack the bishop. Good. There's a few checks. There's this. I don't think I rook check, because that abandons the bishop. So we go here. Blocking. Okay, and that's the puzzle. Good. Checkmate ones are a lot easier than whatever that 1400 one was. Right, I hate this knight. But then he's got the bishop queen battery. Can I do anything helpful? I can't put him in check. I can only take the knight. Can I try to get his bishop to back off? Well, then he just takes, and I go here, and my pawn structure's moved up. He's even got this. I think the correct move is for me to take. But then when he takes, he's got actually a triple threat on this square. But I have 2 defenders. It's just dicey. It doesn't do anything right now. Maybe I just say fuck it and go in with the knight. Go all aggro. Righto, I don't see anything better than trading off knights. Now, getting rid of this bishop is annoying. But I suppose if I want to... No, I should leave the king here because the king also defends this pawn. I guess I could push a pawn to annoy the bishop. Can I trap the bishop, maybe? If I trap the bishop, they take the knight with check. And then I have to take. And then the bishop could just go to where the knight is. And then I have a terrible pawn structure. Well, then I guess I could push the other pawn? Is this just a really long con to trap the bishop? I could also do it where I take the knight, bishop takes, and then I push the pawn. Because that way my opponent is forced to respond. Because let me do the math on this, right? Say the knights are gone. We have bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, king takes, and I'm up a bishop to a pawn. So I'm going to take. I'm going to threaten the bishop. What does this do? I don't think it does anything. Nice. Whew, tough one. Trapping pieces is not at all my forte. My knight's under threat. What do I do about a threatened knight? I move it. Can't go here, can't go here, here. Here's fine. Pretty bad spot, if you ask me. I think I gotta find a way to threaten him. What if I just go queen here? And then he pushes the pawn? I feel like that if this was an actual game, I would go knight here. If bishop takes, then one of these would take. And then try to advance with the queen and get him. But this is a chess puzzle. Wait a second. What if I just put him in check right now? I guess I can put him in check. King takes. Queen comes out here. And then king's gotta fall back. But now I could get him. I got queen and rook on this square. It feels like I'm doing something. But it's not quite... I'm just gonna do it. Oh, that was right. Oh my god. I want to get this knight involved, but it's not gonna let me. Is it now? It's like I take here and then he just moves here. Or even here. Because all I've got now is 2 pawns for a bishop. It's not even check. Like you can... take the knight, or he can actually take a step to defend. I feel like it's got to be forcing moves somehow. I'm going to put him in check again, because we've been forcing him this whole time. That's it? That's the puzzle? Was I really at much more advantage chess.com? I mean, I was annoying, that's for sure. Oh boy. King here. I guess I could put him in check here. He could block with one of these pieces, neither of which is advised. Or he can move his king to here or here. If here, then I got a super fork. But so he probably goes here. Then I got rook takes. Well, then queen could take. Maybe I should just let this play out. This has to be the first move. Yep. Now, do I have any checks? Can't check him with the knight. If I go here, I guess if he takes, I take, and that's totally cool. And he can't put me in check, so I'm a fork. Nice. Oh, all right. Queen trade time. Actually, is this mate? It's not mate, but I could do this first, force a move here, and then take the queen. I think I take the rook first, though. It's annoying. Sometimes when there's like 2 really good options, in practice, usually they're fine. Oh, wait, I can't take with the rook because of the queen. Well, that makes it easy. It was pinned. The rook was pinned, and I didn't even see. Right, so I see this square. We have a knight and bishop kind of aiming at it, but not really doing anything right now. We have a knight here, which we're attacking twice, but with more valuable pieces than what's defending it. Yeah, are these the only 2 pieces I could take? I could take this bishop. So if I take the bishop, then he's got to say take with a pawn, and then I win this knight. Sounds solid to me. Great. Was I under threat? I was. Yeah. That was the only reason why, and I just didn't even notice this. Yeah, that's if I was to do this puzzle again, I could probably solve it. Like, let's go back, we'll play it. We'll look at all the puzzles I failed, because we want to do this first, then get this, and then we can win the night. So, a little temporary blindness. What a fitting way to end this episode, though. Being blind is probably my greatest weakness. I also want to take a look at the other puzzles I failed, just to try to learn from them, and hope to maybe perform better in chess puzzles in the future. This one, I had no idea what was going on. Did I have to do this? No, it's not that aggressive move. Is it this aggressive move? It is that aggressive move. I mentioned that one, but I don't see... What? What if you just move your... Oh, I'm so dumb. This bishop, if he moves his king, I have checkmate. Yeah, didn't see that for sure. And I see why the queen has to block. So I guess it's forced mate either way because this still happens. Wow. And then for some reason, I'm running into an issue where I can't deal with a third puzzle. How did this one even go anyways? Oh, right. It was the one where I took with the rook instead of the knight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he did bishop take, and then I did rook take, and then he went queen here. I should have gone knight here. Duh. That one was simple. That was a stupid little brain fart, so I don't feel too bad about that. But anyways, we got to 29 puzzles on our first run through. Not a bad showing. Probably close to my personal best, in all honesty. So it could be fun to do more chess puzzles in the future. But again, maybe only one more episode before I get into some actual chess games. I just, again, thought it'd be a decent warm-up. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. It'll be fun to do more chess in the future if this gets good reception. If not, I'll just play it in my own time. Not a big deal. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.